get frustrated, you get built up because you're a winner, you want to win, and you don't like losing. The team might have been losing at the time, and you know, things just build up. I mean, I've done it myself. Split second, you lose your head for a minute, you know, and it's very hard for players to keep calm in certain situations.
Chucky, love it, Sean. Chucky, get a hold of it! Get a hold of it, Chucky! Terry! Pushing it.
And then if somebody kicks you in the game, you think, right, you know, I'm not going to let him kick me, because if someone kicks you or gets the better of you, you know, if you don't stand up to him, then this guy who's marking you, think, well, this guy's easy, you know, I'm going to do it again. So you've got to let them know that you're thereabouts, and let them know you're not just going to accept it. So if someone gives you a bit of stick or gets stuck into you, then, you know, you've got to give him his just rewards back, otherwise you'll lose a bit of respect. And that's probably a point of view that, you know, if footballers are all winners and they want to win or want to do well, they don't accept someone just having a go at them, you know. They've got to give it them back, because, you know, it's only fair.
You do that again and you won't play again, I'm telling you, son. Get off the pitch. That's a load of crap. Okay, I don't care how much stronger they are, how much older, all I expect you to do is go and play. Now, for 25 minutes of the second half, you've done exactly what I wanted you to do. You competed, you wanted to play, and you got the goal back, and then for some reason you just went back into how we started, really. Now, it's not about the result, lads. I'm not worried that you've just got beat. That's nothing. It's a league for getting you together, getting ready for next year. But, having said that, I expect you to do it properly. If there wasn't enough of you really wanted and showed the desire necessary to go and give a performance. You know, let's start thinking about what we're doing up here. You know, let's be strong in what we're doing mentally as well as physically. Because if you don't get your application right from game to game, now, I said things to you before the game. Now, if that's the reaction you've just shown me in 90 minutes, Jamie, yeah, I wouldn't recommend you. Yeah. Now, if you're going to go and sulk, then you'll get nowhere near it. Yeah. I expected a big response from you tonight because you wanted to show that it should have been you. Now, you've just let yourself down badly because you didn't want to play enough, Jamie. Mentally, you've gone. Yeah. If you think I was hard, you ask a few of the lads who was here a few years ago what I used to say to them. They didn't have no harm whatsoever. It's all about, you know, patting them on the back and all that they think this day, but I'm afraid I won't do that. If they get praise and I say well done, they know they've done well. And I'm consistent with it, and nobody can accuse me of being having favourites, being inconsistent in what I say to them. That's all I can be. If that's how I am, that's how I'm going to do it. And I prove that it works to a certain extent.
What do you mean, what they can take now compared to what they could?
Well, the things you could say to them years ago, and in a more harsh manner, or even be even more harsh. You know, you could say things to them and they took it as part of their development, and that's what you were going to say as a team coach. But now, they can't take it. They're a different breed. I don't know whether it's people in schools or whatever, but it's certainly the lads have changed in the last 5 years.
So tell me what happened at Barcelona when Chris came off.
Yeah, it's just that if anybody comes off, I'm very tense at the time. You know, when we make a decision to take a player off, you can feel for the player and at the same time, but they've got to try and appreciate that when decisions are made, that hopefully it's done for the best of the team, you know. Chris Hammond, for instance, was his debut, came off. But when he came off, he was a silly boy that he gestured just how much to throw his hand about and let everybody know that he weren't happy. And his reasons for being unhappy were not that, oh, you've took me off, why have you took me off? It wasn't that. He was saying, oh, they've not passed the ball to me, and all this, you know. So I've just said to him, shut up. I gave him a little clip, first of all, shut up and sit down in the bench. And then we've got on the bench, I mean, Mickey Hazard, by the way, I've took off earlier. And he's sitting there, and he's an experienced player who always likes him on when he's been taken off. And to be fair, when he's that age, you know, he's entitled to have a go, you know, rather than the young boy. Chris has turned around and gone again about the first team players not making it easy for him and not helping him and all the rest. I just looked at him and I just gave him one almighty swipe and hit him right across the lug.
But this is precisely what I'm talking about. You're asking your players to be aggressive and be, you know, going hard. All those, you know, everyone knows that that's what you need to do on the pitch. And yet it gets to a certain point of aggression, namely clouting someone, and they're meant to hold back. So how can
I justify?
What happens? What's going on?
I just felt it at the time. It was necessary to. It's like your own son. When they talk back and they keep talking back, a little scalp on the lug is not going to be the end of the world. Then is it? That's what used to happen to you, didn't it? And he's like a son. He's still a young boy learning, and he just got no right to really question a decision. In fact, to be honest, I don't even question the decision, but he had no right of an opinion, to be honest.
Ready, Mickey? Yeah. When do you stop it? Get on the ball from Mickey. Sleep us in. Right, Mickey, yes.
The thing is, when you come to a football club, you want to be in the 11. You know, on the Saturday. Without being in the 11, you feel like you're wasting your time. And so, as much as we've all said they're your pals and your friends, and they are your enemy. They resent you, I think, in a certain way. Not resent. I mean, they don't dislike you, but they want your shirt. I think what it is the shirt, not the player. You don't have an argument with the player. You have an argument with the shirt that he's wearing. I suppose that's the goal, and that's the thing you want.